Hello, everybody, and welcome to a post-Christmas XGR. You may notice, if you did not watch last week, that we are a couple days late, and that is because the holidays we decided to put it day after. So hopefully we are not returned.
Which, if you watch Teen Titans Go, this is totally second Christmas.
Yeah.
Alrighty then. So, so I haven't seen it. Sorry. So,
that was awesome. To get an extra Christmas, they trick Starfire into believing in second Christmas with second Santa, who's a tall, thin dude in a green suit with a jetpack and a headband, and it's hilarious. And he turns out to be real at the end. I'm just like, that makes it more awesome. Because at the end, the reactor goes off and basically blows them all up, and they wake up, and it turns out they've been in a coma for a year. And Starfire's like, oh, I'm sorry, guys, I put us in a coma for a year because I believed. And Robin's like, no, with his stick as he holds it. You know what this means, don't you? It was a Christmas miracle. We didn't have to wait a whole year for Christmas. You did it, Starfire. And she's like, yay, thank you, second Santa, with my miracle, and winks up, and you just see him on a jetpack wink back and fly off. I'm like, no! I will admit I do like Teen Titans Go now. I've started to watch the crap out of that since what we'll be discussing with the topic, but it's awesome.
Nice. All right, so as you know, we will start with the news of the week, and then we will talk about catch-up section with the games we've played, and then our topic, which was alluded to a little earlier, was the outage of PSN and Xbox Live on Christmas Day, thanks to the Grinch.
Pretty much.
So, all right, with news, why don't you take it away, Stacy?
All right. For the first piece of news, we're getting 2 cool games for the PS4. It's a puzzle game. I know Mo loves the PS4 puzzle games. That's his favorite thing ever.
I do like a good PS4 puzzle game like Soul Suspect. I do not like a puzzle game when it's a shitty little £2 game and they're like, here you go, free PS4 titles. Like, that's barely a PS4 title.
Yeah, the Swapper, I heard, is a puzzle game, and it's not exactly a shitty, £2 game, but it's not like,
The Swapper, can I swap it for a decent game?
Nice.
But yeah, it's all right. It looks, okay. And PS4 exclusive. Woo! Exclusive. Infamous First Light. Yeah, that's going to be on PS4. Ooh, Infamous, because I haven't played any of them, so maybe it'll make sense if I play this first. It's the First Light, right? The first one?
Well, yeah. Well, it's a standalone DLC to a game that loosely ties in, as far as I know, so I don't think you'll be really at a loss.
Yeah,
I know more than you would playing any game, Stacey.
Yeah, I know a couple of people who have bought that as standalone, and they played it with no experience of the third Infamous game, and they were like, yeah, it's kind of cool. And I was like, that's pretty cool. So they still enjoyed it without having to play the third one. So thank God they did the standalone DLC properly. I hate when they say it's standalone DLC and you're playing, you're like, none of this makes sense unless I played the real one. It's not that standalone-ish. Well, I think Stephen Hawking can stand alone better than this.
The only thing I know is that the second one, some Native American dude has neon powers or something. That's the only thing I know. I don't even know anything about Cole.
Well, he's not in number 3, so you're fine.
There you go. That's good.
Yeah, I think more games need to do that with DLC, because I think it's kind of cool that you don't need the base game. So for like Infamous, and the other one I know of is Freedom Cry for Assassin's Creed 4. I really wish that Dead Rising 3 had done that for the Super Mega Alpha EX Plus whatever. Like that should have been standalone, because it does. Apparently, as far as I've heard, it doesn't affect the main game at all. So it could have easily just been a download title, but.
And the Infamous 2 vampire one.
Festival of Blood. Yes, Festival of Blood. Thank you. That one's pretty fun.
That was fun.
All right, so you want to take it away with your first news, Mole?
Okay, I will warn people in advance. It's been a slow news week. Sony is moving the Angry Birds movie ahead to a May 20th, 2016 theatrical release. Angry Birds was originally scheduled to open July 1st, 2016, a release date that would have placed the video game movie up against DreamWorks' The BFG and Warner Bros. Tarzan. Totally going to support the BFG. Love the Roald Dahl book.
Is
Awesome.
that the Big Friendly Giant?
Yes.
Okay, because I know there was another BFG for something, and I don't remember what the other one standed for.
But
It's from Doom, I'll put it that way.
Is it a big giant like blob monster with one eye?
No, it's Big Effing Gun. I think it had a real name, but that's what everyone called it.
Yeah. They even didn't they also do a version of Doom 3 of the BFG edition?
Yeah, that was yes. I don't remember what they added, but yes, they did do the Doom 3 BFG edition.
Yeah, it came with 1 and 2, I believe.
Okay.
Which totally made it worth getting for 1 and 2. But yeah, no. It's based on the hit mobile game turned kids TV franchise. The Angry Birds movie comes from The Simpsons writer John Vitti and director Clay Catis, I hope I'm saying that right, and Fergal Riley, who was a formerly animator on movies like Frozen and Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, respectively.
Neither of those movies I particularly...
Totally next Frozen. Angry Birds stars Jason Sudeikis, Josh Gad, Danny McBride, Bill Hader, Maya Rudolph. What? Is that a real name? Maya Rudolph? Maya Rudolph.
Oh, yeah, the lady from SNL, I think.
Oh, okay. I just saw Maya Rudolph, and I'm like, that just sounds hilarious. But Peter Dinklage, Keegan Mitchell. Oh, is that Keenan Mitchell?
I don't know.
But Peter Dinklage is the Game of Thrones guy, so there's someone I actually care about.
Oh, sorry, Keegan
That
Mitchell.
wizard came from the moon.
Yeah. Keegan Mitchell Key, Tony Hale, and Kate McKinnon. But it sounds like they're putting a lot of star power and stuff behind this. This could be a good brand. I will admit, the games aren't that good. However, the TV show with the little shorts was kind of funny, I will admit. And they gave them personalities, and with all the different versions of the birds, I think there's more here for a movie than some movies. Let's just put it that way.
Tetris the movie?
Yes, make it happen. Shut up and take my money.
I want to see Tetris the movie. And it'll be exactly like Battleships.
I'd be okay with that.
I would not be. Battleship the movie was horrible. But now, that was my news, Rick. Back to you, my lovely host.
All right. So for my first bit of news, Final Fantasy Theater Rhythm Curtain Call. I don't know what order it's actually supposed to be. I just usually call it Theater Rhythm, but then no one knows what you're talking about because it's a made-up word, so it could be any JRPG. Anyway, but they're adding some DLC for that game, which already has way too much music in it. And they are going to be on sale. It's a 3DS game, I guess I should note that. And it's coming, I think, I guess they're already out. They came out a couple days ago for $1 a piece. But they added some Bravely Default music, Final Fantasy XIV, a Type O song, some Romancing and Saga Frontier, Secret of Mana, and then one song from Chrono Trigger, which is awesome because Chrono Trigger has some of the best JRPG music. But it's like some people are like, why is there only one song? And hopefully we'll get more. Or since there's a spin-off, well, not a spin-off, but they're making a Dragon Quest-centric theater rhythm game that has all that. Hopefully they'll make like a Chrono Trigger / Chrono Cross one because that would be pretty cool.
Nice. So
this is just
someone has found a way of combining Final Fantasy, the big juggernaut of JRPGs, which always seems to sell, with the market practice of Guitar Hero and Rock Band, of making people, and SingStar and stuff, of paying for additional songs. That's just a stroke of genius in my book, because it's like, there's no way that won't make money.
Pretty much.
I don't know if it's the same type of game as Guitar Hero and Rock Band. I'm assuming it's not.
Not exactly.
Unless it's a JRPG where you're doing like the side-scrolling RPG stuff like the old Final Fantasies, and suddenly during the battle it then cuts to a Guitar Hero dance-off or something. That'd be amazing.
That would be cool. But yeah, so that was my first bit of news.
How does the game play?
It's well, like there's a button configuration which I haven't tried, but with the stylus, there's 3 different like things you have to tap. There's like ones you just tap. There's ones where you have to move the stylus in that direction. Not like flick. They say don't flick it. You gotta like slide it. And then there's ones where you have to like press it down and like it'll move up and down. Like kind of like Guitar Hero, those ones where you have to hold it. It's kind of like that, but you just have to move it up and down because.
It sounds like Karma Sutra stuff. Flick it, slide it, like self-pleasuring tips or something like that.
Or it's
go slowly, touch it here, Yeah. Touch these, but not that. Slowly.
It does sound like it could be an interesting concept, though. And I will be honest, I do kind of miss games like Rock Band and stuff. The closest to it I've got now is SingStar, where you need an app on your phone to sing into it. Fuck you, I'm using the camera. Or a headset, because the app is shit for the SingStar game.
Well, there is a demo of the game, so if you have a 3DS or a 2DS, you can also try it.
Nice. I will say that is, like I said, that is a genre that needs to come back. The closest thing I've seen to that now is like at Rocksmith, and I'm like, cool, and it's like, you're plugging in an actual guitar, and you're playing an actual guitar with skill, and I'm like, no. If I'm playing a video game or something, I don't want to actually literally need to learn the exact skills to do it. That's like basically getting an RPG and being like, oh, sorry, you can't climb that mountain until you learn how to rock climb. It'd be like, no, fuck off. That's not how the game works. Sorry, you can't play Mario Kart. You don't have your learner's permit. Fuck off.
That would kind of actually be funny.
No,
you can't play Twisted Metal. You don't have your license. Wait. That's not how that works.
Yeah. You can't play WWE 2K14. You haven't done steroids.
Yeah, you haven't gone to the tryouts.
Yeah. Comes with a peripheral that you have to click it onto your arm and stuff and inject it like drugs. And then it's like, yeah, now you can use 100 strength. Cool.
Well, let's be fair. You don't have to do that. But if you want to actually win belts, then you have to be a bigger dude.
Yeah.
So the game will push you.
Yeah. You don't have to do that. You got a choice. You can either use the peripheral and go with like strength 100 and get a push, or you can be jobbed out to Heath Slater. That's amazing. See, we come up with the best ideas on this show.
We do. We really do. This needs to happen.
It does. I don't think they'll ever do that.
No, I don't think so.
Unfortunately not.
It's borderline offensive and awesome, so it won't happen.
Yeah.
Admittedly, I would much rather play the God of War one, but...
Oh, I'd love to play the God of War one too.
Or watch God of War.
All right, so Stacy, with your second news, want to take it away?
All right. Sony and Samsung have partnered up, so any smart TV you have, you can use the PS Now app. Yeah, play some PlayStation games on your Samsung TV. You still, however, will need a PS4 controller. So, yeah, like that part kind of shit. But it makes sense, so...
That part's kind of shit. Well, what else would you use?
Well, I mean, like, I don't know. I mean, it just... If you have, like, you just... And I just feel like if you're going to do it, you should just make it work with something else. I don't know, like an iPad or something. Which would still be shitty, but at least you can play it. And then if you're going to buy a PS4 controller, why don't you just buy the fucking PS4? But whatever. I mean, I know they're two totally different prices, but, you know.
Yes, as I was about to say, yes. A £60 control pad is exactly the same as a £400 console. It's like if you
But
get a
hey,
PlayStation TV, why don't you just go out and buy Vita?
That's true.
why don't you?
Hey, I'm actually in favour of people going out and buying the Vita. Like I said, I may not have bought a Vita myself. I have been tempted a couple of times. It's just my not liking to playing handheld games, so stop me. But
I would, but I don't want to take away
I don't
Richter's
understand.
son.
I don't understand all the hatred for the Vita. That I don't understand that. Like, oh, it's a Vita. Oh, and just roll their eyes and don't look. It's like, no, we said Vita, not Vista.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to take away
God,
Richter's
Vista.
spotlight, so I'll leave that to him.
Yeah, I wouldn't try and steal Richter's spotlight either. That's Marcus Shadow's gimmick.
That is true. I'm gonna steal your spotlight.
And then show it you.
You see this? Oh. All right. So, Mole, with your next news.
In conjunction with the Jump Festa, Bandai Namco have released their third promotional video, both in Japanese and in English, for the upcoming Dragon Ball Xenoverse. The promotional video focuses on the time anomalies throughout Dragon Ball's history, created by, and I hope I'm saying these right, Toa and Mira. The reason I'm saying I'm hoping I'm seeing those right is they're from the Dragon Ball Online game, which never fucking came out and was only in Japanese, so I don't know what their dub names will be. Along with their influence on the various villains, which causes further disruptions. The newly announced as well animated feature, which will come with the game itself, is also heavily showcased with Trunks summoning a new warrior to help protect the timeline. And that new warrior is you. That was the end of my news.
Awesome.
I like the little explosion at the end.
It's love that's Dragon Ball Z, so it was either that or
Yeah, I was blinking, but no one was picking up on it.
The explosion was blinking, or you were like literally blinking your eyes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, I do love Dragon Ball Z, but yeah, they did stretch some stuff out with the fillers and just various stretching to the point where you could almost take a Dragon Ball Z fight with the eye glances and stuff and replace the fight with a tennis match, and it would make as much sense.
Always my favorite was when, like, I always liked the high speed parts, but I always thought it was funny when they would have parts of it where it was all blurry, and instead of showing the fight, they would show the people moving back and forth, just watching that. Like, you would focus on them and not the. It's like you're watching people watch a fight, and you're like, wait a minute, what am I doing?
Yep, which...
Yeah, just like you said, a tennis match.
Yeah, it's like a tennis match. Like I said, yeah, they did go overboard with that sometimes, but I still love Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball and all stuff related, and a Super 17 is going to be in it, which I don't like GT, but I do like having the characters for the video games. And this game just looks fucking awesome, and a newly announced animated feature. Animated feature! Shut up and just take my money as if you weren't already going to get it, but shut up and take my money.
Shut up and take more money. Wait.
The only part that's made me reserved is there are rumors the legendary Super Saiyan 4 Broly may be in it. Who's in Dragon Ball Heroes.
I was like, wait, he never did that? Okay.
Yeah, they made a what if character. What if Broly went Super Saiyan 4? And I'm like, why? Oh god, they're going to make God Broly as well, aren't they?
Yes. I want, as much as I like Broly in that first movie, I want Brolcule, where it's the fusion of Broly and Hercule.
Nice.
So Broly's just got a big fro.
I will say,
I like that idea. I don't even like it.
I loved Broly in the first fight. He was pretty cool. Like I said, it's mainly the other movies and how overrated they put him that makes me go, with Broly. Cause to be fair, he was great in the first one, where he's like a big fucking Hulk coming through with Kakura and just destroying everything. It's like, that's awesome. Unfortunately, he now suffers from what you would refer to as Sephiroth syndrome.
Yeah. All right. So for my second bit of news, then Idea Factory International announced that 3 of their PlayStation exclusive titles are now coming to Steam. So Fairy Fencer F, a game which I liked, and then also Hyperdimension Neptunia Rebirth 1 and 2, which was surprising because those are both Vita games. So they're also going to be. I mean, they don't really have. Well, at least the first one. I haven't played much of the second one yet, but the first one didn't really have any touchscreen stuff. So it makes it. It's not like anything would be lost transferring over, but it just surprised me that they were going to port a Vita title over.
To be fair, there are a load of PCs now with touchscreens for Windows 8.
That's true.
Master Race. Haha, we're going to enjoy your Vita games, Master Race.
I know, and
My
they're not
sister
even
actually has that one.
Mm-hmm.
It's annoying as hell because she's like, Stacy, do this thing on my computer. I'm like, I don't know how to work this. You do it.
I like to think that you go, like that.
I really do. I'm like, I don't know how to do anything.
I do love how
That's
little...
exactly how I do it.
Her little noise of... sounds like a Muppet climaxing. That may be the worst image ever.
Moose Pig and Kermit gotta make Froggy somehow.
It's long green and smells like bacon. Kermit's finger.
Did you just make that up, or is that one you've heard?
That's an old one.
Because that's awesome. I had not heard that before. I like it.
I have not either.
What's long green? It smells like bacon. Kermit's finger. Yeah, that was an old one I remember when I was in school.
Wow. I'm stealing that. I mean, that's awesome. All right. So let's go to the catch-up section. Da-da-da-da. So, take it away, Mole, with the games you played.
Okay, these are really short because most of my week I wasn't playing games. I was watching Christmas specials and foolishly spending time with the family. All wasted time.
Yeah. All that silly stuff.
Yeah, because I'm looking at my the little kids and stuff in our family. I'm looking at them like, that's kind of cool, but they're hardly 1080p.
Are they in 30 frames or 60 frames?
Yeah, this would be better with DLC.
Make a baby.
Yeah.
Is that how that works?
DLC. He now has Maths Boost XP. But no.
It just starts aging.
Yeah. One thing I did buy was I bought the camera for the PS4 because everyone kept raging about how awesome the PS4 camera was, and the PS4 camera is awesome. However, the 2 games I played this week are not awesome to do with the camera. They are Rabbids Invasion, the interactive TV show, which, basically when you played the Rabbids Invasion interactive TV show, it put a little tiny circle around your head for a lot of it, and then other parts when it did the full body, either way you have to match the actions that the rabbits are making, like, oh, do this, and it's arms up in the air, or do this, and it's the arms stretched out. It never read it. And you just go, wrong, 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 and it just got old fast. I love the Rabbids Invasion TV show. I do love that. They need to bring out a non-interactive version because they found a way to ruin something I loved. It's almost like they're Disney.
Nice.
But no.
That is Disney. That's their MO now.
Oh, yes, they're just targeting me individually too.
Whoa, let's be fair here. They're targeting this podcast.
True.
And wife played a little.
True, but I would say at least your favorite Marvel character of all time hasn't been Harry Osborn and Flash Thompson.
No, but one of my favorite has definitely been those two.
Nice.
And my
your
favorite
wife has
Disney
been
cartoon
the
is
other
Yet to
one?
Be Ruined. I'm giving them time. They have 2 years, and then they'll do.
I'm waiting for them to bring out a new Gargoyles. And I'll be like, yeah, Gargoyles is back, and then it'll just be like fucking SpongeBob.
Oh, don't no. I know. I fear that. So remember in one of the things you're like, yeah, I want them to bring it back, and I was like, I don't trust them.
Yeah. The other one I played was the Playroom. Playroom responds pretty well, and it really shows what the camera can do, and it does it really well. The main problem with that, though, is it keeps corrupting its save. Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like saves corrupting themselves, but it's free, so you can't really complain. But there's like multiple. I think there's a multiplayer one. I was playing hockey earlier and stuff, so that's pretty fun. There's even some DLC for it, like a ninja that runs like almost like an endless run, although it does have an end. But you're like doing like jumps and like attacking people with ninja stars and stuff, which is really fun. Or playing with little robots is fun, and yeah, the camera seems pretty good for what I bought it for. Like, I know, like, I could stream if I wanted to, like when we go to play Diablo, Rick.
Yeah.
I could stream and use the camera for my voice and put you in the stream because you'd appear on the TV.
That would be awesome.
That's the reason I did that. But yes.
That's one reason I want the camera is so when I stream I can get, because I believe it works like this, that if there's multiple people in the same room, excuse me, it'll pick up all of them.
It will. It'll pick up everyone in the room, but you also have the other advantage is if you stream with anyone online, you can put their voices through the TV because you don't have a headset for the voices to go through.
That's
like,
awesome.
It just benefits. So, yay. Although it does do weird photos in Monopoly, which was weird. And I will say I did totally enjoy the hockey part of the Playroom when I won, and it put a fucking spotlight down on me on the screen. And then out the control pad comes this water, which in a stream, which I did, like I mentioned to Stacey, I did what I think every guy would have. I put the control pad on my crotch and then aimed it towards the Crispy who was sitting next to me like I was pissing at him.
I wish that was recorded. I want to see it.
That's what I said. I said that's when you need the fucking camera to be on, so you can like.
Yeah. Poor Crispy, but I would like to see that. That sounds hilarious.
I mean, it's not like it comes out the actual control pad. I wasn't literally pissing on it, thank God. Thank God, because I keep actually pissing on it for when we're not playing games. I don't want my control pad sticky. But no, those were my 2 games. So yeah, 2 really bad experiences. More to come.
More to come. That's what she said.
Nice.
Or he said.
Speaking of what she said. Huh?
It's Stacy's turn.
Yeah. Okay, so 2 games I have played this week are Plants vs. Zombies, because every day before Christmas, or maybe in December, I forget which one it is, but you
every
got
day till Christmas.
Okay.
It's like they knew.
They knew that I wouldn't get my fucking Christmas bonus pack because it was down, because fuck them.
Yeah, which I got so lucky with that, Rick.
Oh, did you do it like super early or something?
I logged on before I went out today. I logged on and PSN was working for a couple of hours. And the first thing I did was go on Plant vs. Zombies and got this super mega Christmas pack that gave me like 10 cards in one. I was like, yay.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Oh, man. They should give that out to anyone that logs on, like, when it comes back up.
They should. That's such shit. So, yeah, I fucking got fucked out of that, just out of luck, but
Poor people.
it was, it's still really fun, and I got a lot of cool Christmas-related things, I got little antlers and North Pole arms for my cactus, and that's fun,
Yeah.
Looks great on my future badass cactus.
I saw he has ones that, like, at least in the picture, that were like Christmas trees for his arms. I'm like, oh, I like that, but I really do like my puppets, so I don't know if I would have switched.
If only you could do one-handed puppet, one a Christmas
Yes.
tree.
That would be amazing.
The best of both worlds, Rick.
Or if one was like a Santa puppet and the other one's a tree. He's trying to deliver, but there's a cactus in the way.
Like I got some cool ones in packs in the last since it started. My favourite one though, and I don't know why, is just the zombie. For the zombie soldier, I have a box with eye holes in it. He literally has his head's gift wrapped.
Oh yeah.
And I'm just like, I don't know why, that just cracks me up.
Okay, so that was super awesome until it got messed up. And then my other game, what was my other game?
Diablo.
Yeah, Diablo 3, which would be super awesome if I didn't like leave it at my boyfriend's house and I could play it, but whatever. But that was super fun. I enjoyed playing it a whole lot, and I forgot pretty much everything about it since I resold it back to in the PS3. But I'm like, this is okay. I traded it back in, but I got back into it again, and it's still fun. It's just the same stuff like over. I'm trying out the class of, what am I doing now? Witch Doctor, I think. No, that's a lie. Wizard. That's what I'm doing. Wizard class.
I do like the wizard. Wait.
I do like, it says, like, before it says more hatred. At least this time it says need more arcane power, because I'm like, you can't really run out of hatred, because I have quite a lot of hatred, and I'm pretty sure that I can't run out.
Yeah.
But like I can run out of arcane power. I can understand that being a thing that could be run out of.
Yeah, I will say, yeah. Luckily it's not just the same thing. If there is extras later on.
Yeah, and there's the new class too.
Yeah, but to be fair, like was Saved by the Bell, no one cares about the new class. Ha! Boom! Saved by the Bell reference.
What's the new class?
It was basically taking the original concept of Saved by the Bell and doing it again.
No, I know.
It
Fucking Diablo.
is not a paladin, something Crusader. That's what he's called.
Oh, okay. Not something I'd be interested in, but.
Is he a masked crusader?
He's not toxic. That's all I know.
Wait, is that like the Templar dude? Because he was also a crusader.
Yes, he's like that guy. Okay, well, one of his skills, the crusader, he rides around on a horse. Like it calls like a spectral horse, and he rides around on it.
Is it wrong? I want that to be sort of like the Lego games with the music. As much as it got overboard with the third one, I would love it if every time you go on the horse, it does the Lone Ranger dun 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 dun.
That would be pretty cool.
That would be pretty fun. But yeah, I don't know why, but I just love the voice acting in Diablo. It's always so good.
Please tell me you were the female wizard, aka what I call the witch.
Yeah.
Because I still say there is no such thing as a female wizard. They're called witches, people.
They should be, yeah.
That was my first character. My first character was a female witch, basically, because yeah, she's voiced by the one that did Azula. That just makes me want to play as her and only her.
I also made another character where I was a witch doctor, and I liked the fact that I had like some kind of Jamaican accent or something like that. I'm like, that's not stereotypically racist at all.
Yeah.
Did you at least press the button that made you go ooh ee ooh ah ah?
Well, the first thing I thought was Zecora from Ponies, but then I'm like, oh wait, no, she's just another equally racist. Making fun of every witch doctor has to be like that,
No, my comment was just the song. I still, whenever, like, I've had conversation with Tachi before now and stuff, and Marcus and stuff. Every single time someone says witch doctor in my head, all I'm thinking is, I saw the witch doctor. I told the witch doctor I was in love with you. Boom, 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 boom. I hit the witch doctor. He told me what to do. He told me ooh, ee, ooh, ah, ah.
Those are not very good instructions.
Well, did you at least try ting tang walla walla bang bang?
Yeah, they said I needed to go to another department to get it translated into English. I had to wait in line for an hour. I thought it wasn't worth it. I'd rather go to the DMV for some fun.
If you've got a Jamaican accent, if you're in a group with two people and one's a female, one's a male, does the Jamaican one at least go on and kiss the girl?
No.
Nice.
But like, there could be like a white witch doctor, can't there?
There could.
That's a
Not in
thing.
that game, but
There could easily be. Hell, there was a Jamaican bobsled team. Anything's possible.
yeah.
So yeah, those are the two games that I played.
Okay. So first one I was playing this week was some more Freedom Wars on the Vita, the Monster Hunter wannabe game. It did get a lot better because I don't know, with that first chapter where they were making me carry people, then once I got other people helping me out, then they were more than happy to carry them, and I was more than happy to not carry them and just shoot people that were trying to mess with them, and that went way smoother than me trying to carry the people. But there was also a lot more of the missions where it's just, kill the big monster or whatever, and those are much more fun. Although a lot of the monsters look very similar to each other. Where, like, at least a Monster Hunter, it's like there's the banana lizard, and he looks different from the red dragon. Like, they look very different. Where this one, they all are kind of like skeletal-looking monsters, and even if they look, like this one's got a big cannon, but they still kind of look, like color palettes very much the same. So
Are they basically like the hollows in Bleach?
Not exactly, but they're kind of like they do kind of remind me of like the Manos Grandes and whatever, like the bigger ones.
Yeah, because that's what I was thinking when you described that. Then it's like a skeletal thing and all looking similar.
Yeah.
And I loved Bleach, and I still do, as people know. But they all looked very similar. The Holland, whenever they appeared, they all looked very similar.
Yeah, it is kind of like that.
Don't you think everything looks like Bleach now?
I didn't say everything looks like Bleach. I just mentioned that.
No, like he's at Kingdom Hearts looks like Bleach.
I didn't say Kingdom Hearts looked like Bleach. I said Kingdom Hearts was pretty much Bleach because from the spin-off title onwards, they introduced a fictional society of people in robes, all with their unique blades that are clearly fighting on a spiritual plane. Tell me if you heard this one, Rick.
I think it was in a PS3 game I played.
Nice.
But then second game I played this week was Hyrule Warriors. Finally got that game.
I think I know someone with that game.
I know. Now you know like 3 people. Maybe 4, I don't know. But also bought the season pass, basically, whatever they call it here, of Hyrule Pack or whatever, which has 2 of the 4 things available. So now I have like 2.5 adventure mode maps because the Twilight one's smaller. But the Master Quest one is the one where you get the weapons and costumes and stuff for the villains. And you also, and I think, I don't know if you get, no, Twilight one probably gives Twilight Midna stuff, but you also get Twilight Midna, or Tweely Midna, whatever, Bigna, we call her, my wife and I, and she's amazing. Like, normal Midna sucks. I think she might be my least favorite out of everyone. Bigna is amazing, because she has like this mirror and shoots lasers and summons giant hands to slap them, and a bridge, I don't know, maybe Stacy can explain that, but she hits people with a bridge and there's like a giant cannon and stuff. She's amazing.
The bridge is just basically when you're in the forest, whatever, there's a bridge missing, and throughout the game there are pieces, like, because there's warp holes everywhere, because Twilightness, whatever, you take like a bridge from the desert and you put it back in the forest.
Oh, okay.
And I still have to say fuck you to the people that wrote the books and directed the movies, and whenever anyone says something like Twilightness or anything like that, you've just made me think negatively. You've ruined the word Twilight for people.
It's true. But yeah, she's really cool. So I would, if you really, and I mean, considering how much time you take to play adventure mode, which is, I don't know, like 80 hours, it takes forever, I think, for that. I know Marcus hasn't finished it.
Oh, is that the mode I liked?
Yeah, the one where it's like the original Legend of Zelda map and you get all the weapons and stuff, yeah. But then with the first pack, you get basically another one of those, and I'm like, that's worth $8. Well, I mean, it's less if you get the season pass because it's 20 for all 4. Excuse me. And I also got one costume where it's like Link's Hero of Time one, but he's wearing purple. So my wife's like, yeah, and he actually looks pretty cool. So I'm like, oh, and that was on the Master Quest map because I've done a few of those too. And I don't know, partway through the story, I just did the 3 where it splits. So I just did that part.
Nice.
So yeah, definitely liking that game. Recommend the DLC.
That game is awesome. And yeah, I did make the joke of I know someone with that only because all of us own that game.
Yeah, I think so.
That got brought up almost as much as Diablo has. But Diablo's making a comeback.
Yeah, well, also, but considering that one also we can play together, where Twilight Princess, it's like, nah.
Yeah. We could play that together if you came over here.
That's true.
It only cost you like $1,000 just for like an hour's game session.
Can you imagine that? Play the game for an hour and then just go home.
Yeah. Thanks. Yeah.
I needed help with this one battle.
Tell me, wife Blade, did you at least get me what I wanted for Christmas? Yes, I did. Richter goes, peels off his driver. Yeah, helicopter. I'm coming, mole. Dun, 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 dun. All the way there, he's just doing the bam, 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 Jurassic Park. As if on his way in the helicopter.
I don't know why, but I got the hint of Superman theme, and then you went to Jurassic Park. I mean,
no, Superman was bam, 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 Superman.
I don't know why, but
Jurassic
they sound
Park
the
was
same to me.
ba 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 Jurassic Park.
See, they sound the same thing. They sound like the same thing to me.
I thought I was bad at music, Stacy. Thank you for making me feel better.
I did get a C+ in History of Jazz because apparently my type of music sucks or I can't recognize good music.
You could have just borrowed Simon's hands.
I know I should have. He would have loved
Boom,
it.
jazz hands joke. In a podcast he probably won't hear. But it amuses me knowing I did it.
True.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so on to the topic du jour, which is the outage that we had yesterday, and I guess still continuing, of the PSN and Xbox Live.
Topic du jour. That sounds like something I want to order.
I
You
also-
not deliver.
I also don't know why during this podcast, like with Pew Pew's introduction and various parts, I've just felt the need to give people backup by repeating their last word and going, "Ba-da!" with a tune. Outage!
DiGiorno!
I don't know why.
DiGiorno.
That's what Richter said, right? He said DiGiorno?
Yes.
He's talking about getting me a pizza that's not really delivery, but it tastes like delivery.
Yes, I'm going to send it all the way there. I'll bring it in my helicopter.
There you go.
He's finding more than one reason for it.
Yeah. Should be like, wow, this pizza was great. Sorry, I can't pay you for the gas. And I'll be like, that's okay. Oh, look, a scratch ticket. And she'll be like, yep, wait a minute.
The other thing he enjoys doing with his helicopter is taking Marcus Shadow's games, tying on a rope just out of reach and just making him chase them in his car. Yeah, as he's reaching for it.
Just make it go like slightly higher than 5 feet or something. Give me a pick.
And then
Sorry,
he's
you
like,
have to
I got
go
it.
a little bit more.
He gets out and he's like, I got an idea, climbs on top of his car, and he's like, yeah, I got it. And I'm like, you didn't park the car, you realize. And he's like, oh shit.
That'd be kind of amazing.
Call an ambulance, to which I pop out the bushes. Ambulance!
He'd be like, how are you here? And I'd be like, he hitched a ride in the helicopter.
I just knew where you lived, Marcus. Yeah, so I just hid in a bush nearby, waiting for some moment to emerge and sing the song.
And then you just look at him and go, I'm hungry.
Yeah. I'm hungry. But Marcus, I have pizza. Pizza! We now need to get Richter a helicopter. If you'd like to
Yes.
donate to get Richter Hammer a helicopter, please leave your details below.
That would be amazing.
But yes. Outage! But no.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will say, yeah, the outages annoyed me for various reasons. The personal side of it first, I will say, I purchased 2 games to use online today. I purchased GTA 5 and I purchased Diablo 3. Both of which I can't play because I don't have the online. And I'm like, because I only wanted the online part because I had them on PS3.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, come on, I don't even know if they work right now.
That's a whole day wasted.
Not really. I went and got them. It was just annoying that happened. It's annoying how much consoles have become dependent on this. Like, I asked Pew Pew the question before, like, why can't we sign into Netflix or
Yeah.
Amazon Prime via their direct fucking login like you can via the PC or anything like that? Instead of, oh, you need to be connected to your PSN to use your Netflix. What? It's like, imagine this now, Rick, if this happens in April, like the week of WrestleMania.
Oh man. Yeah, that'll suck.
Luckily, you'll be able to do it on like your PC. You'll have some device you'll be able to do it on, but still, for some
is
people,
usually how I
that's just
watch
gonna that'll suck.
Yeah. Well, I know that I didn't know it was out at first, but I tried to update a game on PS4 and it got like stuck on the like loading screen or whatever, and it like wasn't working for a bit, and I had to like turn off the system, and I was like annoyed. And then strangely, the same thing happened on my Wii, which is weird. And I'm like, oh right, everything I touched today is broken. But
Wait, someone touched your Wii and then it broke? That's horrible.
I grabbed my own Wii and it just didn't want to work.
That sounds like
This
a
has never
really
happened
deep personal
before.
problem.
Oh, I'm sorry, Rick. I'm sorry, Dada.
Thank you. But hey, Wii U. But yeah, so and I didn't find out until later, and then I was like, oh, that's probably why that didn't work, because I can always tell when my PS4 isn't really online, because it won't load any of the like
Friends.
like yeah, or like if you go to the like what's new thing or whatever, and it shows all the stuff, and it won't show any of that, and then the store won't load. It just has a screen that says cancel, and I'm like, what the?
Yeah, and I will say, I'm going to give props here again. Like I said, thank you to Microsoft when they went and listened to the gamers when they when they said, okay, your console doesn't always have to be online.
Yeah.
This is proof that a console always being online would have been fucking terrible. Because
Yes.
at least with this, like offline on my PS4, I was still able to play Monopoly and Playroom and
Yeah.
other crap. But it's a case of, well, I could play like the wrestling game too if I wanted to, but I wasn't in the mood to tinkle with my universe. But it's a case of if the console always had to be online, oh god, that'd be so painful.
Yeah, that would be pretty bad.
It's like someone mentioned this outage of what the people have done with how they took down Xbox Live and PSN. Sorry, it's Sony Entertainment or what the fuck. It's PSN.
Yeah.
But basically, they've actually proved 2 various different problems to be true.
Mm-hmm.
One, a console should not always be online. But B, this also makes a heavy case for regulating the internet.
Mm.
As much as none of us here want that to happen, it makes the solid case of, well, if it's not regulated, you're going to get assholes doing this all the time.
Yeah. It also once again proves that Penny Arcade's dude's what is it, law of anonymity or whatever? Person plus anonymity plus audience equals jackass or something. Or
Yeah.
dickwad or something. Because yeah, these people are all just like, oh, well. Another thing that annoyed me about this is sometimes you see people like, well, they were warned that it was going to happen. You know, why didn't they do anything to do it? And a lot of people are like, you can't stop it because you know it's because it's basically they're trying to keep accessing the server, so it just gets overloaded. There's really not much you can do to stop that.
Yep, it's you can't really defend against the DDoS
Yeah.
attack. All you can do is, to Microsoft's credit, which is come back up. Xbox Live's come up because they put something in place. So if this happened, they could have at least got it up faster.
Yeah.
But they were still affected. And it's like no company's safe from this. Even the mighty Blizzard have toppled from this.
Yeah. Also, some people. Another thing that annoys me from like the more mainstream media too, with about it, is that they're like, "Oh, they were hacked," and it's like, no, they weren't hacked. You don't like anyone can find a program to do a DDoS attack. You're not a hacker. You're just a person that's capable of Google searching and double clicking. It's not.
Yeah.
So a lot of times, people I see refer to them as script kiddies because they're not real hackers. They're just like a 16-year-old who's like, "I'm angry at the world," and he's like.
Yeah, I would sadly have to say we can't really call this group that.
Oh.
Yeah, they're the same ones that also did it to airlines and shit.
Yeah. But the ones doing
by hacking it and directing where they were going, and I'm like,
I thought they just called in a bomb threat.
Then.
They did.
Didn't they just?
They called in a bomb threat in one of them, and apparently on one of the airlines they had basically redirected where the flights were going, so the pilots had to think fast because otherwise, massive fucking death. That wouldn't be funny.
Yeah.
So basically, terrorists.
None of the stuff they've done is funny.
Well, I don't know. Calling themselves Lizard Squad was pretty funny. You're like, yeah, okay, I'll give you that one. That's one thing that's funny. The only other thing that would have been more funny is if they start to advertise for Geico. But no, it's pretty bad. But everyone's like, yeah, they've been hacked. And it's not. It's a DDoS attack, like you said.
Yeah.
The one that annoyed me the most, though, was a load of people with trying to get on their high horse, and some of these were actual gamers trying to defend like Microsoft, or try to defend Sony for having their network go down. Of, well, technically, you should just be spending time with your family.
Yeah.
And like people pointed out, okay, yes, some people could. B, in some parts of the world, it was freezing fucking cold, and guess what the kids got for Christmas? Oh, it would be video games. Or hey, maybe they want to gather around the TV and watch Netflix. Oh, that's a family gathering. Or maybe there's someone who lives alone who doesn't have family. There's just various things to do with that. It's like saying, well, this is just proof you should go outside and spend time with your family. It's like, you're just a dick.
The people that did it are the ones that should
children's Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah, the ones that did it should go outside and spend time.
Yeah, they need to go outside and spend time with their family. And they need their parents to whoop their ass.
You need to find a vagina first to make a family.
It's like it did annoy me. Some web pages were like, yeah, and some gamers have been annoyed over this recent hack to PSN, and it's just proof that those people who are annoyed by this are just basically they described those gamers as basically being like losers who need to go out and spend time with their family. And stuff. They didn't do any harm.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, there was.
What,
It was.
when 9/11 happened, did you tell us, well, this proves you shouldn't be flying. You should be spending time with your family. No.
Well, also, as some people have said with that, one guy was like, he goes, well, there's time zones. Some people did spend time with their family, and then they went home and wanted to play the game.
Yeah.
So they already did, and then it's like, oh, look, you're punished because some guy thinks he's all high and mighty. It's like, no, fuck you.
Yeah, and so some people also point out that as well. Of, like, for example, Rick.
Mm-hmm.
You don't live in the same city as your family.
Mm-hmm.
What happens if playing online via PSN was your way of actually doing something with each other at the holidays?
Yep. Now it's gone.
It's stupid.
Now it's gone, like your Wii.
Well, that's a big problem.
My Wii's still downstairs. Nice.
It got better.
Well,
remember, I have two. I have to have a backup one.
He has two. But no, yeah, there was loads of bad stuff to do with this. Now, I will say, I can't believe I have to, because we kind of have to play some devil's advocate. It did some semi-prove a few bad things to do with the consoles in general, too. Mm-hmm. Like, The companies now, like I said, Microsoft did do this a bit, but Sony should have done the same thing. They should have had something in place to get it up faster.
Mm-hmm.
Or they shouldn't have made their consoles where, as you know, I don't like trophies. However, I saw someone complain about this. I'm like, yeah, you have a perfectly good point because you can on the PS3. Why the fuck can't you check your trophies without being connected online?
Yeah.
There's just various stuff like that. It's like, no.
Well, I would say that a lot of those things people knew, so they didn't really need to prove it. It feels ridiculously unprovoked. Like there was no reason to do it other than to be a dick, and it's like that's not a good reason to do anything.
Oh, I completely agree. They didn't list their motives as being like, oh, we were just trying to help you be a better you.
Yeah.
All you gotta do is believe. No. I'd now stop laughing if that was the thing. But I will say it has actually made it more glaring. It's like with this, like with the PS3 outage. Who remembers the PS3 outage?
I do.
You'll be telling your kids about that story for years, but the PS3
they'll have
outage,
their own at this rate.
yeah, the PS3 outage, which to its credit was an actual hack.
Yeah.
It was down for as long as it was because they wanted to protect our details. Selfish bastards, as people kept saying. Which made no fucking sense. But yeah. But during that PS3 outage, at the time, there were shitloads of games that you would still play.
Yeah.
Nowadays, just one generation later, and you're so dependent on the online stuff that when this outage strikes, essentially your console becomes a brick. In a lot of cases, it becomes a brick. Like some people didn't set their PS4 as their primary account.
Yeah.
Primary console. They can't even use their downloaded titles.
Yeah, some people did that with the Xbox where they didn't set it as their home console or whatever it's called.
Yeah, and I'm like, some people are like, well, that proves that they're idiots. They should have done it. It's like, no, they made a mistake, but it's still a glaring fucking thing where you can't use it. It's like I set mine as primary, thank God, because I have a load of games downloaded from the PlayStation Store I paid for, like Lego Batman 3 and stuff like that. It'd be so fucking annoying if I couldn't even play that.
Yeah. Yeah, that was one of the first things I did during the setup process for both of them. I was like, no, make this my primary, my home console, whatever. Just.
Yep. Now, I am curious whether or not season passes will still work. The reason I say that is I'm completely signed out on PSN. I'm not signed in. I can't even check my account and services because I'm not signed in. That as season passes are now listed as services, does that mean I can't use my season passes?
It's entirely possible.
And that makes me sad, the fact, like you said, it's entirely possible. It shouldn't be possible.
Yeah.
It actually makes a case for the old PS3 style of download the season pass. Although they had various other issues, and this one has, across the board, been a much better solution. It's just this one little problem. But
still, it's like, what would you have been doing if we couldn't play the freaking Monopoly with the Crispy, or you know, you're like shit out of luck.
I could have done other stuff, like we watched Teen Titans Go, we watched stuff on TV, I've got the Blu-rays I could have watched, I could have hooked up my Wii U, because Nintendo's network worked online.
Oh snap.
I'm just saying that because it's kind of hilarious, because of, that bit's slightly hilarious, I will admit, because of all the weeks where people who have people who play PlayStation or Sony who don't like Nintendo are just like, Nintendo has online? Nintendo has online? Yes. It's the only one that has online. Deal with it. Yeah. And then some people are like, well, and I will admit this was bad on both sides. Some people were like, well, they only ignored the Wii U because no one plays it. Yes, they did. Smash Brothers. A lot of people are playing Smash Brothers. There are people playing it. To say no one plays it is completely arrogant. But at the same time, some Nintendo fanboys were like, No, Nintendo Network's too strong to be taken down the same way PlayStation and Xbox One. They tried and failed.
Right.
Yeah, Mario put on his DDoS suit.
That's clearly not the case.
Well, wasn't there? I could be wrong. I don't know if it was the same group, but I remember that they took down PSN and Xbox Live like a couple weeks ago or something like that, and they actually tweeted, "Now go play Nintendo." So they like didn't attack Nintendo because they like are fanboys or something. I don't know.
Yeah, or either they were fanboys or they were doing that just to troll.
Maybe.
But, yeah, they were also. I think it was the same groups because they also mentioned Christmas Day we were going to take it down. It's like you said. To be fair, on Christmas Day, to do a DDoS attack is the most laziest.
Yeah.
Because it's the one time most people are actually doing it on the surface. But they've got what they wanted. Their names, which were trending worldwide and on Twitters, and everyone was talking about it, and people are giving them way too much credit as complete hackers.
Yeah.
It's like
They're script kiddies.
they've made them sound better than they are.
Yeah.
Now, I would also say the flip side's happened as well by calling them script kiddies as they've done other stuff. People are also underestimating them, but more people are saying hacks, so it's like, fuck off. Don't overestimate them.
Yeah.
That's like saying, wow, I just lifted up a can of Diet Coke. I just lifted 5,000 tons. No.
Exactly.
But
If you mean by like a
were
few
either of
ounces,
you two
then-
affected much? Were either one of you two affected in the same way as me with you had games that you wanted to play just online, you're like,
Well, I really did want to play my boyfriend on Final Fantasy Online, which you can't do. I did want to, fucking log in on Plants vs. Zombies to get my Christmas Day bonus, and it was like, fuck you, and you can't see me, but flipping you off. And yeah, that's what I would have been doing right now, or not right now, obviously, if we're recording, but, that's what I would be doing today. We'd be playing Final Fantasy Online with my boyfriend, and we'd be our two kitties questing, and it would have been awesome. But no, there are no kitties questing right now. Two kitties are now questless.
what? You were gonna be playing with your boy? No, you shouldn't be playing with your boy. Get off the games and go spend time with people from your real. Oh wait. That was a stupid. I fucking hated that. You should just go spend time with your families. Fuck off, my family sucks. No, that's not what people were saying. People were saying the other one of, yeah, but spending time with my family was this. Like, a big one, like I mentioned, was, I can't remember if I mentioned this during the recording, so I'll just slightly repeat it, but Disney Infinity. In order to play Disney Infinity 2.0, you have to be connected to PSN. If you're not, you just get stuck on a loading screen that doesn't work, and it's like, oh, that sucks, because even if, yes, I own the game and I am an adult and stuff, but that is a game as well that a load of kids wanted for Christmas.
Yeah.
And they can't play Christmas Day. Fuck you. Why would you do that?
Yeah, and then like, we annoyed people. All those gamer freaks are getting raged. Yeah, but you've also pissed off parents and innocent kids and just ruined people's holidays. Just to go, look what we did, troll face.
Yeah, but kids are gonna be jumping up and down like maybe Richter has. I don't know when we were kids. Like daddy, 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 daddy. Guess what? It's Christmas, daddy, 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 daddy. Downstairs now. Christmas presents open.
And if it's like when we were kids, you'd run downstairs and wrap your presents, and yay, I got a Game Gear. I was actually happy to get a Game Gear.
I was super happy to get a Game Boy.
Oh, I loved my Game Boy. I really did love my Game Boy. And I was like, Game Gear, it's like the same thing, but it's in colour. It's all amazing and stuff. That sucker used fucking shitloads of batteries.
Yeah, it did.
I mean, it used enough batteries to power like 25% of Simon's sex toy collection. But that's how all power is measured. But now, it's a case of... I still remember...
Only 25%?
Yeah, and I still remember the funny part with that is, when you were a kid and they always say, yeah, go ahead, unwrap any gift you want.
Mm-hmm.
Most kids go and unwrap the big present first.
Mm-hmm.
I will admit, as a kid, I didn't. I wanted to leave the big one to last because I was like, that's the one I'm going to enjoy the most. And part of me as a kid used to think one of these will be socks or something. So I did the little ones out the way first. First gift I opened up for Christmas was a fucking Sonic the Hedgehog Game Gear game. I'm like, Game Gear game? But I don't own a Game Gear. And they're like, Kian, my parents were like, unwrapping them because of the big one. I was like, oh, sweet. And then I just started to unwrap the other one. They're like, why aren't you unwrapping the Game Gear? I know what it is. I don't know if your kids were ever the same way, Rick, with that, but I liked to do my or if you were the same way, or Stacey was, but I used to like wrapping my presents, leaving the big one to last, because that's the one I know will please me.
Yeah.
I could never tell, because the big one would probably be some kind of shitty clothes or something. The smaller ones, those were games, man. I know what a game, wrapped up looks like. No, but they get these big fucking Macy boxes, or like shit, or maybe it's like a coat, or like an umbrella, or with kitty ears, or something.
Maybe that bite-shaped object is a coat.
No, but like the Macy's boxes are really fucking big, and then there's like some shitty socks in them. I'm like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah, but when I'm saying big present, I mean like a proper big present. It's like, one year my big present was Tracy Island. Oh, it was fucking awesome.
I don't know what that means.
Thunderbirds, where you got to like each like little section of the island would open up like it did on the show, and you get to launch the rockets out and stuff. Oh, Tracy Island was the shit.
Even when my big present was like an Xbox, she took it out of the box, and then she put it into like pots and pans and things. And I unwrapped it, and I'm like, oh, pots and pans, what the fuck is this shit? You think I'm cooking? Fuck that, And I'm like, move the fuck on. And then I got all these Xbox games, and I'm like, what the shit is this? And my mom's like, now you can go over to Billy's house and play the Xbox. And I'm like, really? Really? I got Xbox games so I could go over to my cousin's house and play the Xbox? What the shit is that? She goes, now how about you open those pots and pans and cook us something? And I'm like, whatever. She's like, do it now. I'm like, fine. I open it up. Xbox!
She took your Xbox out of a box, so it's just an X.
I'm putting a pot and pan box, making me think I had to do cooking, and then there's freaking an Xbox in it.
See,
Xbox 360.
I'm gonna remember that.
I would have totally done the opposite.
Mm-hmm.
Put pots and pans in an Xbox box.
Yeah, I would have let's say I still had my PS4 box, which I think I do somewhere. I would totally get that for Stacey, and then inside the box fill it with something like shitty books and clothes, seal it up, and make it look like it's still new, and then send it to her, and then wrap it up and give it to her. She'd be like, "Oh my god, no! You got me a PS4. It's so good. Oh, all of my everything. Oh, now I can have one for a different room. Oh." When she opens it up, looks inside, and it's just.
My apartment doesn't have more than one room.
You would build an extra room for it.
Yeah, I would build an extra room. I'll make a wall out of like clothes, or maybe my bookshelf or something, like a little fort.
Yes, that's what you're supposed to do. You're meant to tie sheets across to divide the room.
Yeah.
I can't decide if it would be funnier to put in like socks and clothes and stuff, or go to like a Goodwill or like a secondhand store and buy 4 original PlayStations for dirt cheap and put those in the box. You're like, it's 4 PSs, isn't that the same thing?
Yeah. That'd be amazing. Or to just turn around and fill the box with nothing but packaging foam.
Keep going. You almost found it.
And then when you're like, wait, it's not that. You turn around and you go, oh god, what? I think the shop ripped me off. And then when the tears finally finish streaming down your kid's face, you go, hey kid, yeah? Tell you what, I'm going to take you outside to play with your skateboard or something. And your kid be like, okay, daddy. You take him outside. And there's his Xbox strapped to the hood of your car. Covered in snow, so he cries again.
Oh my god.
But yeah, like we said with the outage, it was too many services, like we said, are tied to it. Too much of the new consoles are so dependent on online.
Yeah.
And I don't think they should be.
No, there's no real need for it for most things, but
Like I mentioned with the trophies, why is that online?
yeah.
I should be able to access my Netflix directly just because via internet.
Yeah, Netflix, be able to access it, like you said, via the internet, like you can with the web browsers, or various little shit, like just checking random settings, or playing games. If you're playing a game that's not called something like Final Fantasy Online, because that's got online in it, or DCUR was, and if you're not playing an MMO,
The disc game.
yeah, but
Or
I
a
said
downloaded game.
if you're not playing an MMO, if you're playing a game like, I don't know, Disney Infinity, it has an offline, it has a single player mode. Just say, do the old style thing of online services, online settings aren't available right now, but you can still enjoy all this. Boom. Everyone's happy.
Yeah.
Well, I feel sorry for the people who bought Destiny.
And that's before the outage. Boom.
Yeah. Hey, Destiny fans, tell me how it's not an MMO. Oh, what's that? It's not the same without your online? Okay. I think I may have just turned into a dick. No, wait, I think that ship had already sailed.
Yeah.
Hey, I validate you.
Well, also, I mean, yeah, that is Destiny. I mean, some people enjoy it, and that's totally fine. I've had some fun. I wouldn't call it a good game, and I will make fun of it because I've played it.
Yeah.
I've earned my ability to make fun of it.
Yeah. I played the beta and I played the actual
played the beta.
game.
That's enough.
And I played the actual game.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Even if you didn't, you've experienced Destiny.
True, but I would argue a beta should have. If the beta was bad, the final product should be good because they would find the faults with beta. That's a topic we need to discuss next week.
What?
When did beta stop meaning beta?
Mm.
Because a lot of games now are saying we're in the beta process, try out our game, and when they're released, they're the exact same fucking thing, even the same glitches as the beta. All the beta is basically an excuse to give people a long, big demo and make it sound important.
Yeah.
This is true.
It's like when we say
Steve
is joining us as a guest for XGR, it's to make us sound important. She's essentially
really
like
just,
Marcus level.
Like, whatever that beta is, this thing is supposed to rival TF2. I signed up for that whenever that comes out or whatever. But it's really just an excuse to play it earlier.
What thing that's meant to rival Team Fortress 2?
The thing with all the heroes and, like, people in robot suits and, you know, game that's with a bunch of characters. I forget what it's called.
The game with robot suits and a bunch of characters.
Titanfall.
There's a bunch of, like, hero people. No, they're not. Like, a bunch of, like, hero people. And they're all, like, on, like, different sides. And some are evil and some are good. It's kind of like
Gearbox.
I don't know who that's by. I'll look it up later.
The one with the guy with the hat and the staff. And the gun and the, staff that turned into, like, a walking stick. Cane.
There was a gorilla. There was a gorilla that was an evil dude. And he had, like, crazy... He was attacking something and...
Is it the Blizzard one?
I don't know. Yeah, their new IP or whatever.
Okay.
I would say, why is it going to rival Team Fortress?
I don't know. That's what they're saying. It's rivaling Team Fortress. I don't really give a shit. I don't really play.
If it's Blizzard and stuff, wouldn't it be a different genre than free-to-play Steam hack game?
Steam hack game. That's what they say. They keep saying that game that rivals Team Fortress. That's what they're practically calling it. That game that rivals Team Fortress.
Ironically, the game I'd say rival Team Fortress would be like Plants vs Zombies and stuff like that. While it may not rival it in figures, it's better gameplay-wise because people play those modes properly.
Yeah. Oh yeah, don't tell Tachi we don't want him in our Plants vs Zombies.
Yeah, that's fine. The bosses will deal with that.
The
big bosses. You know, the big Yeti and stuff.
Yeah.
Which, that's another advantage of Plants vs Zombies. Unlike Destiny, I can kill this Yeti. And I don't believe this Yeti is a figment of my imagination, that I may have accidentally gone crazy. Because for the longest time when I was talking to Rick about the Yeti, I seemed crazy.
Yeah.
I'm like,
You
no,
did.
there was a Yeti. Really, a Yeti? I saw him. He was on the edge of the cliff. He killed me. He threw me off the cliff. Oh, really? That's how you fell off the cliff? Okay, there was a Yeti. And then eventually Rick was like, yeah, Mole, yeah, I saw him. You saw who? I saw
Yes.
the Yeti. I felt your pain.
Fucking Yeti.
But yeah,
Destiny Yeti.
but like I said, so many stuff with the online features now. It's like too many games rely on it too heavily that shouldn't.
Yes.
I mean, I gave you Disney Infinity as an example, and I'm sure there's other ones out there that you can't play that you should, because they're fucking single-player experiences.
PC Diablo 3. Where you can play it single player, but it had to connect. I mean, that was like 3 years ago or whatever when it came out, but
That's still funny, like SimCity.
yeah.
That annoyed me. I liked SimCity, and I was like, why have you turned it into this?
Why
You're
is it a
almost
poo
trying to make
simulator?
SimCity an MMO, and it's like, that really doesn't lend itself to an MMO.
Yeah.
It's SimCity.
Well, I imagine that they push for it because they want to make sure you bought it. Like they want to try to fight like the R4 and torrents and stuff, and it's like this isn't the best way to do it.
It's not, because it hurt what was originally there. I mean, it's pretty sad. But when they gave me a thank you gift or a we're sorry gift for fucking up SimCity Online, like, here you go, here's a free gift, get to pick out of any of these games. I chose SimCity 4 so I could have a SimCity game I could play offline and have fun. That's pretty bad. It's like,
Yeah.
no. But hopefully, the outage ends soon and becomes an inage.
An
Yeah.
inch.
Is that the correct term?
It should
Yes.
be. Let's have an inch.
The PSN
Hashtag
is experiencing
support it now.
inage right now.
Hashtag inch. Make it
Well,
happen.
if it didn't come back when they said so, I'm guessing they're not going to get their free mega upload accounts or whatever.
Yeah.
Because the guy that made that site like literally tweeted and he's just like, hey, if you guys put it back, I'll give you free lifetime accounts. And they're like, okay, done. And then it, like, as far as I could tell, it didn't come back. So I'm like, good call, guys. Or you're not responsible, or I don't know.
Yeah. It's because how the hell could they bring it back? They do
could
a
stop
DDoS
attacking
attack.
it.
Sure, they could stop attacking it, but
Yeah.
then what are they going to do with their finger?
Yeah. Go outside
Stick it
and
up
spend
your
time
own
with their
ass.
family.
Stick up somebody else's ass and make a friend.
Although I would totally laugh, and I shouldn't, if they did the DDoS attack by hooking up a Guitar Hero guitar and like hitting all the notes successfully to keep launching the attacks. It's like I don't know why that would be badass to me. Oh, I found something weird with the camera, by the way, as well. Or slightly off topic. It can do face recognition, which I know people already know. It reads my face. And it goes into the game perfectly if it reads the light bar on the control pad, yay. Straight away, cool. And I've set it up to do that now. However, I tried as an experiment. I went to the toilet and got someone else to turn on my PS4, and they just had to hit X on my account and it's still logged in. I'm like, so what's the point? But no, did you want to take us out, Rick?
Yeah.
What if you cut somebody and you are wearing their face? Then how would you log in?
Epically.
All right, so there you have it. Talking about that nasty outage and why and whatnot, and who, and then some other awesome stuff that was
really
more uplifting. Yeah. But so thank you everyone for joining us for another XGR, and we hope to see you next week, which should be back on Wednesday, because I don't know if anyone's gonna get like ridiculously smashed drunk or anything for. Oh
no. It'll be next Friday.
Oh, okay.
The only reason why is next Wednesday when we film is midnight. It's literally bang on New Year's night
Gotcha.
for me. So I don't know if people will be here or not.
Gotcha. All right, so it'll be next Friday then.
We just make it a Friday podcast. No.
All right, so stay tuned for that. Thank you, everybody, and good night.